there everyone, this is Minette from Olives and Oranges, and this is my second video, a journal flip I'll be doing for you today. This journal flip is a travel journal, and I bought this journal in Verona, the famous city that inspired Romeo and Juliet, the play, Shakespeare's play obviously. We started traveling in Rome, and this was only our fourth or fifth day that we went to Verona, and we never even thought of getting a travel journal or making a travel journal at all. And we only decided to buy one after a friend of ours on the Kentucky trip was writing in his, and it just looked so amazingly cool, and it was such a good idea. I thought that I should get a journal and write about it, and this was before I actually got into my crazy journaling phase. So yeah, I'm glad that he gave us that inspiration to journal a little bit, at least, of our travels in Europe. So yeah, I just wrote down a little bit of what we've done and whatnot, and it stopped very early on in our travels because I actually ended up getting very ill. This is only the amount of journaling I got done, and then I got way too sick to do much of anything really. I just had to have all the energy to do everything we've had planned to do, so I couldn't journal much at all, and that's quite sad because it would have been amazing to see what we did and to write little things to remember, but life happens and you just make the best of it. So yeah, this video won't be as long as my first video, which is great. So yeah, this is just a false leather bound journal, a red that we got from Verona, as I said, with a little band here. We started our travels in Rome. We stayed at the Yellow Square Hostel. We did an awesome walking tour, and if you ever go to Rome, make sure to go to Maya Tours and to see Trdlniks, or you can even look him up, because he was just the coolest tour guide. He's the only tour guide to have studied civil engineering, and he's an archaeologist and history and so on. And so yeah, he just gave us a lot of architectural information. So yeah, Roma, we did a walking tour, and yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Not much writing at all really at this stage. This is just the band from the Yellow Hostel that you have to have so that they don't charge you every time you walk in. And we met with our Kentucky tour group in Rome on our last day, and we went to Verona and we touched Julia Express, but not much excitement on here. Yeah, and then next stop was Venice, and I'm just going to put everything to the side because I don't have time to put it back in here. Let's just get to this. Yeah, so a funny thing is that you're not allowed to sit on the steps or eat in public areas without paying for a table. So obviously to pay for a table you have to order a meal, and you can get fined for that up to 165 euros, I think, if you eat a backpacked lunch. So just make sure you have enough money in Venice because it's super expensive, and so you can buy your food and sit in a restaurant. If you don't get lost in Venice, you're doing it wrong, and we totally got lost. And that's great because, I mean, how can you not get lost in Venice? I mean, people that have been there will be able to sympathize with us. I was walking down the steps, and there's these steps that they've got little marble bits at the end of wooden steps, and it's so slippery, and I would like to know the person that designed these steps, just to let them know, hey, I would like to know actually how many people have broken ankles going down these up and down these steps, because it's super slippery, and we've seen so many people slip, and I've slipped many times. But I almost twisted my ankle. This was hilarious. I was trying to peek inside a beggar's bowl to see how much beggars can make in Venice, and I didn't look where I was going, and I twisted my ankle and fell down a couple of steps, and yeah, so that's don't look how much beggars make, just carry on. Day drunk is a Kentucky term for when there's not a good bar at the hostel you're staying at, so you just go drink during the day and get super drunk, and we did not do that, but yeah, the rest of the group really enjoyed themselves. Fines you can get us in Venice is littering, feeding the birds. You can get a fine for feeding the birds, sitting in places where it is not permitted to sit, like the steps in St. Mark's Square. You're not allowed to sit there unless you get a table. So yeah, here is just, we went to St. Mark's Basilica, so that's just our tickets to get in there. And I just had pasta my whole time in Italy, and Zane just had pizza the whole time. He was pizza and beer, so that was his little tradition. In Venice, there's a bridge called the Bridge of Sighs, which is where those who were being carted off to be hung or executed, which is pretty sad, on the side whenever they went underneath this bridge, because it's the last time they would see the world and the beauty of Venice. And apparently if you kiss under the Venice or the Bridge of Sighs, then you'll have long-lasting luck in your relationship. And not sure if we needed that, but we've got it now because we kissed under the bridge. Whoops, things are falling apart here. In Salzburg, or Salzburg, however you'd like to say it, just wrote down the PFs again, and it was so beautiful driving in the country leading up to Salzburg, because there were these beautiful little villages set in the mountains, and each of them always had a steepled church, and oh, it was just so absolutely beautiful. And this is the Salzburg Fort, and a lot of people call it the castle, but it's in fact a fort, and we went up there and it was super awesome. The next day we went to the Eagle's Nest, and it was pretty interesting because when you stand on a specific area, if you look to your left, it's Austria, or the land is Austria, and to your right is Germany. So that was an incredible view. This is just to do about the Holocaust and how you can't just blame one person, Hitler, for the absolute monstrosities that occurred in Germany. There's a lot of people. It's super complex, and there's a lot of people to blame, but we can't just blame Hitler as one power to have achieved all the monstrosities. So yeah, that was very eye-opening indeed. Then we went to Prague, and I just dropped a lot of things here. I think that was me for Prague. We had a castle walking tours, and this is so awesome. I think it was the Autobahn that we were on. I only found that out later. I'm so uneducated. We were driving in the bus, and we were going at about 100 kilometers per hour, but this group of 8 Ferraris sped past, and they were so quick, and they were vroom, going between the cars like that, and it was super awesome to see them going super fast. And they must have been going over 250 kilometers per hour at that stage. My absolute favorite attraction that I wanted to go see was St. Vitus's Cathedral, and it was beautiful. I love the Gothic architecture of that time period, and yeah, that was super cool. Really beautiful. I should have pictures in here, but I don't. And Trdlniks is a baked dough cone with lots of yummy goodness inside, like cream and custard and ice cream, and it's amazing. Here I started drawing a bit more. Naked old men starring in one communal swimming pool, showers, and the saunas. Yeah, I went in and there were 2 naked men taking a shower, and I thought, oh my goodness, is this like the men's area of hostel, or if there's specific time slots that only men are allowed to go or not? But yeah, there were 2 naked men, and to try and quickly get away from them, I opened the sauna and headed into the sauna, and there was a naked man, just completely open, and I got a frach as well. So yeah, that was quite interesting. I tried to take a sauna here to swish out my cold, and that is probably the worst thing I could have done, because the next day I woke up feeling 100,000 times worse, and I was vomiting and I couldn't stand, and oh, it was just absolutely terrible. So I guess I probably was weak, and then went and dehydrated my body even more. So don't do that. And this is the end. So yeah, so that's just little things here and there of the short bit. After Prague, we went to many different other places, but like here is a what's that, Westminster Abbey, when we went to London. This is the survival guide. We went to a nuclear bunker in, oh, where was it? The city after Prague, that I cannot remember what that was. The Plus Prague hostel that we stayed in. Every room got this, so you can go on the internet. And these, and here we went to McDonald's. We went to McDonald's just to go to the toilet, thinking we could get in there for free, and no, even at McDonald's they charge you 50 cents to head in there. So yeah, it costs to go to the toilet absolutely everywhere in Europe. So yeah, that's everything that came out of the little bit that I did journal on our travels. And next time we go, I will make sure to designate more time to the specific act of journaling, because I do love it, but I just got sick and too much stuff was happening, and yeah, so great. If you'd like it, subscribe. I'll be bringing out some more videos now and again. Yeah, apart from that, have a great time. Thank you guys for watching my videos, and I will see you later. Keep journaling, keep making things pretty, and keep sharing it with the world, because the world needs more pretty, creative things in it. It's like people journaling and people doing arts and crafts and painting and art and poetry and all that. So keep going, guys. It's amazing, and see you later.